Hi, welcome to our channel DC42 Reddit. He, 27M, wants me, 25F, to be a stay-at-home mom, and I don't. Is this grounds for breakup? Hi guys, I should start by saying that me and my boyfriend don't have kids. We've been dating for over 2 years and have of course discussed having a life together. I knew he was more on the traditional side of things because of his upbringing, but he's always known my goals for the future. I am currently studying to become a mental health therapist and one day want to work as a school psychologist. This has been my dream for a very long time and something I've talked to him about countless of times. Now we were having a discussion about our future, and he talked about his views in being the breadwinner and the provider of his house, because that's just what he believes his role is, and he thinks that as the man of the house, he should provide financially, no matter what it takes, and the woman's role is to take care of the kids, and of the house, and of him. Very traditional mindset. Yes, and that's fine, but I told him, I want a career. And he said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And I told him, I dream of a partnership where we can just both have a career, both provide for the family, and we make it work so that we can still be heavily involved in our future kids' lives. He told me at this point that I want a partner and he wants to be somebody's husband. And I just don't know what to think because I feel like he doesn't care about my personal goals or dreams because they don't fit his idea of what a household should look like. Am I being too rigid or selfish? Any advice would be appreciated. Is this worth breaking up over? TLTR. My boyfriend and I discussed our futures where he wants to be the breadwinner and wants me to be a stay-at-home wife, and I want to have a career and be equal. I'm scared I'm being too selfish. Any advice? What about you folks? What advice can you give to our OP? Comment down below. Now let's read a comment from others on Reddit. A comment from that Addy guy. Right now, we seem to have fundamental incompatibility, as I have no intention of giving up my plan to work. It's important that you understand, if you need someone who doesn't want a career, I will never be that woman. Not for you, not for anyone. If that ends the relationship, then it's for a good reason. You are incompatible. And here's our next story coming up next. My 26F coworker, 35M, started treating me differently than others and refuses to look at me, acts like I don't exist. TDLR. My male coworker, who I've talked to a lot and am friendly with, started behaving differently around me, and some days he refuses to look at me and acts like I don't exist. Other days he'll say hi and act like he used to. Is there any particular reason for this kind of shift in behavior? Over the last 6 months or so, I've developed a decent acquaintance with my coworker, to the point where we'd at least say good morning and the regular pleasantries. And at most, we'd walk down the hall together, talking about whatever random topic came to mind. Recently, he started acting really odd. Examples include changing his route when he walks into the room and realizes he'll have to walk past me. He'll turn around and go another route. Walking past me and refusing to look at me. Literally acting like I'm not even there, trying to use his hat or his hand to hide his face when he walks by, and pretending to read some irrelevant sign on the wall when I pass by him, etc. All things that point to him not wanting to interact with me in any way. It's not like this every day, but it's been often enough that I'm not chalking it up to him having a bad day, something unrelated to me. Another thing I've noticed is that when we're around other people, and he does acknowledge me, he's less friendly than usual. Other times, we mostly only talk when our other immediate coworkers aren't around. This wasn't always the case, but more recently, it seems like our acquaintanceship is something he doesn't want others to know about. It's definitely starting to bother me at this point, so I've kind of been avoiding looking at him too. When I do this, I can see him staring, maybe even glaring. He looks very serious and either confused or angry at me in my peripherals. Now it seems the only time he can look at me is when he thinks I'm not looking at him. It's getting to the point where I feel like I've done something to bother him, although I can't think of a single thing. and I feel almost uncomfortable being walking past because it feels so personal. Considering we work in the same department, I don't want to deal with a tense and awkward environment on a daily basis. Although we're acquaintances, I don't feel comfortable asking him about it at this time, but even less comfortable because of his avoidant behavior. Any ideas why he could be acting like this so out of the blue? Just let it go. You're all there to work, not flirt with each other. He's your co-worker. He doesn't owe it to you to be more than polite. I agree with the other commenter who mentioned he probably has a GF and for whatever reason your dynamic needed to change. How about you folks? Any thoughts on OP's situation? What advice you can give to her? Just comment it down. And here's a comment from Reddit folks. From Irish Yankee 21, sounds to me as though he may have a crush on you and doesn't know how to ask you out because he isn't sure if you'd say yes or no or if your interest is reciprocated. I'm willing to bet someone told him to act like he's not interested and ignore you to see if you'd chase after him. See you on next post, folks.